This is not just a temporary blip. This is not something that farmers can work around. No one anticipated that we would have a shock to the system. All the experts did not see this coming when we received this rise in fertilizer prices because of this war. And really, no one's really seeing a way out. That shock to the system means that diesel now is more than $5 a gallon, and fertilizer costs are up more than 30%, adding thousands of dollars of new costs to already strained farmers we met, like Aaron Lehman. When something like this happens, farmers just have to take the hit somehow and find a way to get a crop in the ground this year. President Trump's trade policies and tariff whiplash have made it far more uncertain to sell soybeans and corn. Another worry as a new season of planting begins. We get one chance to plant, and we get one chance to harvest, and that's it for the year. So we get one try every single year. And so even like in my lifetime, I might get 30 tries at this. That really puts things into perspective. Like I only, the prices of fertilizer, seed, whatever, like could go crazy. But like we can't not plant. We still have to go out and plant the crop. Now the Strait of Hormuz may be more than 7,000 miles away from Iowa, but even with the fragile ceasefire, what's happening there is having a direct ripple effect here. The question, will it impact the midterm elections? I think farmers are becoming more and more aware is that you need to say to our elected leaders, what are you saying about the fertilizer situation? What are you saying about the trade situation? Are we going to stand up to these things that are hurting us, or are we not? This is not just a temporary blip. This is not something that farmers can work around. No one anticipated that we would have a shock to the system. All the experts did not see this coming when we...
All right, Shalom. It should be a quick lesson also. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawahshi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. This is the brother Bakala Awalam here with another hopeful, edifying lesson to the elect body of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawahshi. I cut it right there. He was like, no one expected, this to happen. There's something that they can't work around. We're going to come back to 2nd Ezra's chapter 15 and verse 12. I think it was verse 12 when we start. But it says the Lord shall send that they... I'm trying to recall how it is. It might be in Ezekiel 7. This is Ezekiel 7 and 5. It says, thus saith the Lord God, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawahshi, and evil and only evil, behold, is come. Right? So an evil is come. Right? Bad time, that's what evil means, right? An end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come. Right? So that's what Egypt, which is America, another name for America in the Bible in the modern day sense, is Egypt. And there's another. I'm gonna jump down to verse 12. It says, the time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. Okay? But that's the buyers, the sellers, everybody is more or less mourning, because what the Lord says is touching the whole multitude, everybody on the land. Right? Everybody on the planet Earth for that matter. But we're sticking with Babylon. Let me see. What I'm trying to recall. It says something. Give me a second. I found the verse I was looking for, right? So like, yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna just go back and play this once again.
Temporary blip. This is not something.
Who won?
This is not just a temporary blip. This is not something that farmers can work around. No one anticipated that we would have a shock to the system. All the experts did not see this coming when we see this rise in fertilizer prices because of.
So basically, he was saying no one's seen it coming. Not even the experts seen this coming with a rise in fertilizer and fertilizer prices and gas prices because of this war.
This war,
right? So it was something that nobody seen coming. It was unexpected, basically, right? So this is the verse that I wanted to bring out called Yahawahshi. This is from Isaiah 47:11. It says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee; thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, right? Riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee; thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." Right. So that's basically an example. You know, they didn't, even the experts didn't expect this to happen due to this war. Right. So something just came unexpectedly, all of a sudden. Right. I'm gonna read it once again. Isaiah 47:11. It says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee; thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee; thou shalt not be able to put it off." Right? Desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Right? So that's an example of that. Seeing this effects of this war that even the experts didn't see it coming.
This is not just a temporary blip. This is not something that farmers can work around. No one anticipated that we would have a shock to the system. All the experts did not see this coming when we see this rise in fertilizer prices because of this war. And really, no one's really seeing a way out.
That shock to the system means that diesel now is more than $5 a gallon, and fertilizer costs are up more than 30%.
So yeah, they didn't expect this, right? Now I gotta due to this war, those farmers didn't expect this.
My family's farmed for 100 years. You don't want to be the one that can't keep it going. I am a Republican. I voted for this administration, but my patience is running thin.
We're here in the heart of the Mississippi Delta to talk with farmers about how the war with Iran is impacting them.
Oh, it's been awful.
The closure of the Strait of Hormuz is causing prices to skyrocket, things like diesel fuel and fertilizer.
We're buying a little bit at a time. And sometimes we know that we've only got 2 weeks of fuel. So what has happened to us is not just the impact of 1 year. We have lost customers forever. They will never come back because we're deemed an unreliable supplier.
I'm paying 60% more for diesel fuel than I would have been paying 45 days ago.
You got to have diesel for everything. You got diesel to dis, to plant, to harvest. So diesel steadily going up like this, man, it affects us bad.
You have no choice. You've got to go ahead and buy it, no matter what the price is. There's going to be a lot of people that go out of business at the end of the year, either because they have to, because they're tired of losing.
Farmers have already been struggling with rising costs and even tariffs making things even harder.
It's going to be the nail in the coffin for a number of farmers. It's just the straw that broke the camel's back.
A lot of the money that comes through the economy is just shuffled from the government back to, these big corporations, and just kind of, farmers are middlemen these days. Really are.
It just seems like the farmers' margins were already slim, and they just keep getting slimmer and slimmer.
We can't control diesel. We can't control, wars. We can't control anything. All we can control is once we put that seed in the ground, that's all we are called to do, right? And the rest of it is up to the good Lord.
I've supported Mr. Trump this entire way. I'm a big supporter of his, but I do not agree with this, and I'm not happy about this at all.
I did not vote for this administration. We're just hoping that the administration can right some of the wrongs that it's created for farmers with tariffs and mainly what this war has inflicted on us.
A lot of people that did vote for this administration say it'll come around, but my question sometimes is, will you be in business when it does?
If President Trump were standing here in this field right now, what would you say?
I'd ask him to stick a sock in his mouth and not say anything for a while.
Get these fuel prices down. Get them down.
There's an old African proverb that says, when elephants fight, it's the ants that get crushed. The ants are getting crushed.
A war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
So what the farmers are mourning, another prophecy or token coming to pass, right? Which I'm going to play this video. It might go to commercial, more or less.
Well, Iowa farmers are sounding an alarm, I should say, on fertilizer and fuel prices amidst the war in Iran.
And with just weeks until spring planting, KCCI's Abigail Curtin talked to a farmer who says he's not sure what to expect for this year and beyond.
Yeah, it's been just 1 week since the U.S. and Israel struck Iran, but the economic impacts are making waves all the way over here in Iowa, particularly for farmers. You've seen it at the gas pump, maybe even at the grocery store. Prices on the rise stateside as war continues in Iran. But one Iowa farmer says the timing couldn't be worse.
We have to plant a crop. Just plain and simple. That's what has to happen. Is less fertilizer going to be used? Absolutely.
In just a few weeks, corn farmers like Lance Lillibridge will fertilize their fields in preparation for spring planting, which starts in early to mid-April. The process also takes a lot of fuel to power farm equipment. The problem? Getting that fuel and fertilizer to the U.S. Currently, oil tankers and fertilizer transports aren't able to safely pass through the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway near Iran which handles a significant percentage of global energy and fertilizer supplies, which means massive uncertainty for Iowa's farmers.
A lot of places won't even price the fertilizer to us. So if we went in and wanted to prepay for some fertilizer for spring application, they won't take a check. They'll let us commit to a volume, a certain tonnage, but they won't give us a price on it.
Some farmers might end up foregoing their fertilizer on some of their land. And while they might be able to skate by this year, it could mean yields in future years are lower than they'd like. But the biggest problem is this price hike is happening after years of already high input costs and low commodity prices. And for some farmers, it's a breaking point.
A lot of guys have just said, I'm done. We're going to quit. They're hanging it up. There's sales everywhere. Lots and lots of farm sales. Financially, it's causing a lot of mental health problems as well.
While President Trump has offered military support in transporting those ships through the Strait of Hormuz, there's still a lot of uncertainty. Uncertainty Iowans can see at the gas pump, at their grocery stores, and now in their fields. Now, assistance from President Trump also isn't certain. It's unclear whether insurance and protection will cover U.S. ships only or all passages. Stacey? Fuel.
So what that shows you, right? The farmers are mourning, due to this war. It increases the prices, and he says it was something that was unanticipated by the expert. They didn't see this coming. They said some farmers are hanging it up, like in this last video, meaning what? They selling their farms. They're basically giving up their livelihood being a farmer. Isaiah 47 again and 11 says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Right? So it was unexpected, unanticipated that these things were going to occur. It came all of a sudden, and they can't put it off, meaning what? They can't escape it. I'm going to read out the Amplified. It says, therefore, this disaster will come on you. You will not know how to make it disappear with your magic, right? Because this is the land of the Chaldeans, Babylon, right? And disaster will fall on you for which you cannot atone with all your offerings to your gods, and destruction about which you do not know will come on you suddenly, right? ultimately it'll be those ICBM nuclear missiles. But this is an example of a plague that came upon Babylon, the farmers, and they're mourning, and they can't put it off, and they didn't expect that, they didn't anticipate it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 12. It said, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague, and the punishment, Salakia, and punishment that the Most High, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawah shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation. Right? So you go into this word constellation. Now it's talking, it means the stars and all that, or what's going on in the heaven, but also it says it means, let me see. It says, constellation, the third definition, it says an assemblage, collection, or group of usually related persons, qualities, or things. So it's you go on this word assemblage. Assemblage. It says an assemblage is a formal term for a collection, gathering, or assembly of people, items, or artifacts, or the act of putting parts together. So basically, these things that's happening collectively in the world, meaning what, the war, because he said it was a continuation of things that the farmers was going through, the tariffs, the war. So it's a collection of all these things, together. So all these things collectively is causing Egypt to mourn and the farmers to mourn. The tariffs, then there's war, then there's high prices on the fertilizer, high prices on gas, and they were saying it's going to get worse worse for the next year. Like they won't be able to put as much crops that they got this year. It's going to be even less next year, and it's going to continue in that pattern. So it's a collection of things causing Egypt to mourn, right? It's a collection of things that's going on in the world, right? So that's that constellation. It's a collection of things, right? The assemblage is a formal term for a collection. Like so collectively, all these things that's happening in the world is causing, the farmers of Egypt to mourn. The farmers are basically giving up the being farmers anymore, and it's causing them to mourn, which is a prophecy coming to pass. Tokens coming to pass. So I'm gonna read it once again, and that's going to be it. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 12, it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague, which is going to cause a famine, right? The food shortages, right? Farmers are not going to farm anymore, and the yield that they're bringing to this year is going to be even lesser next year, and it's going to continue in that pattern. Lesser and lesser food going to be produced by these farmers. And also, they were saying farmers are selling their farms, so that's bringing less food. It's being less food produced. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague, and the punishment that the Most High, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawah shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and for a fearful constellation. Right? They seeing the fearful things collectively that's coming together. Like collectively, they looking at everything collectively. It's a fearful sight, right? And that's why it says, "They that till the ground shall mourn." The guy was like, some of them are got mental health issues, right? These plagues are getting put on Esau Edom, right? Like the Lord said in Deuteronomy, you will put these plagues upon thy enemies. And one of the plagues is being smitten with madness, right? Being stricken with madness. That's why he says some of them got mental health issues, right? So, these are prophecies happening and coming to pass, these tokens. So I'm gonna end it off there. Hope it's edifying to the elect. And I want to say, call Halayimlah, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawahshi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Shalom till next time, Yahawah, which means Lord willing, and Wah Abba Babal.